Hi, everybody. Welcome to day 2 of the 4-day gut health challenge. So today I'm going to be focusing on the stomach, okay, as part of the digestive system. So digestion in the stomach is really a crucial step in the overall digestive process and has several implications for overall gut health. So things like protein digestion, sterilization, and gastric emptying are really important when we're talking about the stomach. So an imbalance in stomach acid production can also impact the downstream processes in the small and large intestines, and that can affect the overall gut environment and nutrient absorption. So what are the 3 tips for improving digestion in the stomach and therefore overall gut health? Well, the first one is directly supporting stomach acid production. So a lot of people have low stomach acid because of various things, but directly supporting this stomach acid can be very helpful, so that you can then hopefully improve that natural stomach acid production eventually. So the 2 best ways, I think, to support stomach acid production, one would be to actually have something acidic before meals, so kind of 20 to 30 minutes before meals. So, the mildest version of this would be something like lemon juice. So lemon juice or lemon juice in water can be helpful if it's not if you don't have very low stomach acid, that can often be enough. More often, you would need something a little bit stronger, like apple cider vinegar. So again, you would put this in water and have 20 to 30 minutes before food. Or the other alternative is to supplement with hydrochloric acid, which is what the main component of stomach acid is. So you can buy those supplements quite easily from places like iHerb and maybe your local health food store. And so, having any of those things 20 or 30 minutes before food, especially your larger kind of meals that have a lot of protein, that will help to increase the production of stomach acid. So that's one way to directly support stomach acid production. And the other, I mentioned in yesterday's video, which is to chew your food. Okay, so when you chew your food thoroughly, it not only sends signals to your salivary enzymes, but it sends signals to your stomach to start producing stomach acid. And that obviously will then help break down, the food, proteins into amino acids in particular, so that nutrients can be absorbed by the body. So something acidic before meals and chew your food. Now, the second tip is to avoid certain things again. Now, the things to avoid for the stomach, one is similar to what I mentioned for the mouth, which is consuming large amounts of liquid. And it's the same reason. It's drinking excessive amounts of fluid during meals. And this is especially cold beverages can be especially problematic. So if drinking during a meal can dilute the stomach acid and hinder digestion. So you really want to limit your fluid intake while eating, and instead you want to drink water in between meals. The second thing to avoid is overeating. So eating too much can really put a strain on your stomach and make it harder to digest food properly. So you definitely don't want to overeat. You want to kind of stop when you feel like you're about 80% full, so that you can let your stomach catch up, and then you will be full about 15 to 20 minutes after eating. So don't overeat. And also you can try eating smaller meals throughout the day to help to kind of, stimulate that stomach acid production. The other thing to avoid is alcohol and also caffeine. So alcohol and caffeine can irritate the lining of your stomach and interfere with digestion. So again, you at least want to limit alcohol and caffeine if you can't remove it. And finally, you want to avoid antacids. Okay, so a lot of people are on antacids. A lot of clients come to me in the clinic having been on antacids long term, and this can really interfere with the production of stomach acid. So obviously, the whole point of taking antacids is to lower stomach acid, and the problem is that that can have long-term impacts. Where a lot of people actually don't have low stomach acid to begin with, sorry, high stomach acid to begin with. They've just got stomach acid in the wrong place. So they're kind of burping it up. It's coming up past that sphincter where it shouldn't be. But taking antacids is the wrong approach. We need to kind of figure out why that's happening. So long-term antacid use definitely should be avoided where possible. And particularly if you already know that you have low stomach acid, definitely do not take antacids. Okay, and the third tip and final tip is to manage stress. So chronic stress can have a really negative impact on stomach acid production. And obviously, as we've been mentioning, stomach acid production is really essential for that breakdown and digestion of food. So these low stomach acid levels can contribute to digestive issues. You can have all sorts of symptoms, indigestion, bloating, constipation, nutrient deficiencies even. So this kind of chronic stress can really slow down the rate at which the food moves through the digestive tract. So you can end up with kind of delayed gastric emptying. So, you can have constipation again. Sometimes people are nauseous because of this delay. You can have kind of abdominal pain or stomach discomfort and a real feeling of fullness or bloating. So, you really want to try and manage this chronic stress. Okay, so let's go through the specific tips and instructions from today's focus, which is the stomach. So the first thing you want to do is to add something acidic 20 to 30 minutes before food. If you choose apple cider vinegar, I would suggest starting with 1 tablespoon in a cup of water. If you choose supplemental hydrochloric acid, I would say start with 1 capsule and see how you feel. If you feel a burning feeling, that means that you shouldn't be taking the hydrochloric acid. There is an at-home stomach acid test actually that I can link to in the comments that you can, just to really see if you need extra support. But yeah, some people need to take up to kind of 2, 3, even 4 sometimes. You just need to play around. And if you're unsure, make sure you talk to your healthcare practitioner. Okay, the second one is chewing your food. So again, 20 to 30 times per mouthful. Avoiding liquids while eating. You want to avoid overeating. So maybe smaller meals through the day or stop when you're 80% full. Limit your intake of alcohol and caffeine and only use antacids in the short term if you really have to, but it's better to find out why that's happening. And then the last one, and possibly the most important, is to manage your stress. So you can do that through kind of deep breathing exercises, meditation, exercise, really any, relaxing hobby or anything that relaxes you, like painting or drawing, whatever it is that relaxes you can be great for managing chronic stress. And I also did a 4-day challenge a few months ago on stress management. So I'll link to that in the comments as well. But that's it for day 2. I'll see you for day 3.